All right, so let's look at a few more comparing fractions question. So let's look at example 2. So example 2 says, complete the following statements. With your inequality signs less than, bigger than, or equal to symbols. So for part A, we're trying to compare 2/5 versus 4/5. So step 1, are your fractions improper? Yes. Well, I mean, we can't make it any more simplified than it is now. Step 2, are your denominators the same? Yes, because our denominators are both 5. Step 3, look at the top numbers. 2 versus 4, 2 is less than 4, so we can write the less than symbol in there. So 2/5 is less than 4/5. Part B, we're going to compare 1/3 versus 1/5. They're not mixed numbers, that's fine. So we've done step 1. Step 2, are our denominators the same? No, 3 and 5 are not the same number, so we need to convert them to have the same denominator. So we need to work out what is the lowest common denominator between these two fractions. What's the lowest common multiple between 3 and 5? Well, 3 times 5 is 15. So our lowest common denominator is 15. So we need to convert 1/3 into denominator 15, which means we need to multiply top and bottom by 5. Because what you do to the top, you need to do to the bottom to keep everything balanced. It's like a seesaw game. So on the top we have 5, because 1 times 5 is 5. On the bottom we have 15. What about the fraction 1/5? We need to make it the same denominator, 15, so we need to times the top and bottom by 3. So that's 3 over 15. So now you're comparing 5 over 15 versus 3 over 15. Well, look at your top number. I mean, now that your denominator is the same, you can just look at the top number. 5 is bigger than 3, so we can write the inequality 5, the greater than symbol. 5 over 15 is bigger than 3 over 15. Now, don't forget, you must always write your final answer in the original form. Our question did not start off with 5 over 15. Our question started off with 1/3 and 1/5. So therefore, our final answer is 1/3 is bigger than 1/5, because 5 over 15 was the same as 1/3, because we did the equivalent fraction conversion, and 3/15 is the same as 1/5. So you must always write your answer in the original form, the original fractions, otherwise you will lose half a mark. Let's do 2 more examples. Part C. Let's look at 2 3/7 versus 16 over 7. So step 1, are our fractions improper? No, because 2 3/7 is not improper. So it's denominator times the wholes plus the top number remainders. So 7 times 2 is 14, all over 7. 14 plus 3 gives me 17 over 7. So comparing 17 over 7 with 16 over 7, they're both the same denominators, so we don't have to do LCD conversions. Look at the top number then. 17 is bigger than 16, so we can write the bigger than symbol. So therefore, 2 3/7 is bigger than 16 over 7. Again, you must always write your answer in the original fraction form that the question has given you, otherwise you will lose half a mark, because the question did not start off with 17 over 7. I want to finish off with part D. I want to compare 10 over 16 versus 15 over 24. Okay, so they're non-mixed numbers, so we don't have to do any improper fraction conversions. Do they have the same denominator? No, 16 and 24 don't have the same denominator. So that means we need to work out the lowest common denominator. Now, you could go, oh man, 16 and 24, they're big numbers. That's going to be hard working out the lowest common multiple. True. But can you also see how the fractions we're given right now are not the simplified fractions? Because 10 and 16, they're both even, so I can divide them both by 2. 15 and 24, they're both divisible by 3. So you should simplify your fractions first, and then do the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So let's look at 10 over 16. As we said, they're both even, so we can divide top and bottom by 2, so we get 5 over 8. What about 15 over 24? We said that they're both divisible by 3, so you divide top and bottom by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5, 24 divided by 3 is 8. Hey look, they both are the same fraction, 5 over 8. So therefore, we can say that 10 over 16 is equal to 15 over 24. Again, make sure your final answer is based off the original fractions given to you, not your